What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade. And earlier today, the Division put out the patch notes for Phase 2 of the PTS, which, as we all know, starts tomorrow. Now, I know we expected to see the changes from Phase 1 to Phase 2, but they also mentioned a few other quality of life improvements we can expect to see in Season 10. They're making some changes to some of the current gear sets we have, as well as a bunch of other things. So today I wanted to take a few minutes and go over some of the details. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. Make sure you turn on those notifications. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. And remember, we are currently having a giveaway for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on October 2nd of this year. We are going to jump right into the notes, my friends. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, whatever it is, let me know in the section down below and I will get back to you as quick as I can. Now, we're going to go over the gear brand sets first. And as you can see, they're making a few different changes to the Brazos gear set. Now, first of all, they're changing the actual name of the gear set. That does not affect us in any way whatsoever. But that second thing they list is that they're changing the 3-piece set bonus reward from 20% ammo capacity to 20% magazine size. And that is a much better attribute to have in a weapon. You know, a lot of you reached out saying, yeah, I don't need more ammo capacity. I need more ammo in the clip. So it's great that they're listing and they made that change. Moving on, they also changed the talent name from Perfected Overclock to Perfect Overclock. Again, that doesn't affect us. But the good thing is they also buffed the actual talent. And as you can see, allies within a 15-meter radius of a player's deployed skill gain 30% reload speed and reduce their active cooldowns by 0.6 seconds each second. Now, they've also made a change to the named holster for that gear set, which is called the Picaros holster. And what they've done is they removed the 20% weapon damage bonus from the attributes. Instead, the Picaros holster will now provide a 20% weapon damage perfect core attribute and roll normally 2 random other ones. Next, we have the Umbra Initiative gear set, and they've made a few changes to those talents as well. So first of all, from the Shadows talent, based on our tests and player feedback, we concluded that the offensive bonus provided for the Umbra Initiative gear set wears off too fast for it to feel meaningful. To address this, we have decided to reduce the stacks attribution. While out of cover, agents lose 2 stacks instead of 4 stacks per second at normal speed and 1 stack instead of 2 if sprinting. Below that, we have the Into the Light talent. They decided to boost the healing bonus provided with the Umbra Initiative gear set. While in cover, they increased the armor regeneration from 0.5% to 0.8% when consumed, and they've also added in-game modes for Umbra Initiative gear set on female body types. And as we move on, one of the great things about these notes, at least in my opinion, is that these were some topics that I heard bouncing around a lot in the community. So the fact that they're listening to our feedback and actually making the changes before this thing goes live is a really good thing. Now, in addition to making changes to the new gear sets we can expect to see in Season 10, they're also making a few changes to some of the old ones. You can see here for Ongoing Directive, they fixed an issue where hollow point ammo would not give bonus damage to party members. That will be fixed by the next season, and below that we have Striker's Battle Gear. And for that they mention a bunch of stuff. So they start off by saying, with the addition of the Heartbreaker gear set in Season 9, Striker has lost its place as the pure offensive beast that it was designed to be. Additionally, the fix to make the Heartbreaker stacks additive instead of multiplicative also needed to be applied to Striker for both sets to behave consistently. We have taken this change into account and are rebalancing to make sure it doesn't result in a reduction of its damage bonus. Therefore, they're going to change the damage modifier from multiplicative to additive. For Striker's Gamble, weapon hits will increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times, 2 stacks lost per second between 0 to 50 stacks, 3 stacks lost per second between 50 and 100. Below that, we have the talent Press the Advantage. It's going to increase max stacks for Striker's Gamble from 100 to 200, 4 stacks lost per second between 1 and 150 stacks, 5 stacks lost per second between 150 and 200. And finally, my friends, below that, we have Risk Management. It's going to increase total weapon damage gain per stack of Striker's Gamble from 0.65% to 1%. That is a really great increase. So again, it's going to look like this gear set is going to be a lot of fun to use. Moving on to some of the weapon changes they're making, starting off with the exotics. For Dr. Home, they are increasing the RPM from 200 to 350, and they fixed an issue where the armor kits were dropping from unmarked targets. Underneath that, we have Busy Little Bee, and they've decided to simplify the mechanics for that weapon. So now moving forward with that talent, each shot to a different target will give 1 stack up to 10 stacks max, each stack giving 20% weapon damage increase. Stacks will activate once the weapon is switched and will last for 10 seconds. Changing weapons again during that said 10 seconds will cancel the buff. Next, my friends, we have the lefty shotgun. We all knew this was going to happen. So again, to be clear, this isn't a nerf to the weapon. When they introduced it into the game, they introduced it broken. It was not performing the way it was designed to. So again, to be clear, it's not them nerfing it, it's them actually putting it out the way it's supposed to function. So when this thing was introduced into the PTS, it was supposed to function like an ACS-12 shotgun, except it had a higher RPM than the ACS-12 and it had the damage of the MOP. So the thing was insanely powerful. So we all knew that they were going to need to make that adjustment and balance it out, because otherwise no one would use any other weapon than that shotgun. It was that powerful. I mean, I'm sure you've seen tons of footage. People are ripping through this crazy content using that thing. So again, to be clear, the only reason I don't consider it a nerf is because they made the change before Season 10 went live, and that way it wasn't introduced into the game broken, and it's put in one way and then it's changed. I mean, we went through this with the Heartbreaker gear set. Everyone was super bummed out that it was introduced one way then changed a little bit later. So as long as they make these changes before it goes live, it avoids so much drama. For those of you that have been at this channel for a while, you know how much I hate nerfs. Like, it drives me crazy. So I would much rather see them, make the change now before it goes live into the game, and then possibly strengthen the weapon further down the line, because we do not want to see it brought into the game, then weakened, then everyone's pissed off. It just saves us a ton of headaches, my friends. Last but not least, today we're going to go over some of the quality of life changes that they're making to the game with Season 10. First of all, you're going to have the option of either hiding or showing your signature weapon, and you can change that anytime you want. They've also adjusted the Shade Watch so players can add and assign multiple points at once. They've added an option to sell from stash at each vendor players can sell stuff to. Now, this next one is great because a lot of people complain over the fact that exotic components are really hard to come by. So starting with Season 10, starting from World Tier 5 and above, exotic components will now have a chance to drop from control point chests starting from alert level 3 and DZ chests as well. So for those of you that do play in the Dark Zone, you finally have an opportunity to get more exotic components, and this is something you've been asking for a very long time. Now, continuing on, they talk about the fact that they're going to increase the drop rate for exotic items in the game. So starting from World Tier 5 and above, exotic items will now have a small chance to drop from any NPC in the entire game, starting from challenging difficulty. And that chance will increase with the higher difficulties as well. And finally, they are drastically reducing the log-off timer for hardcore characters from 30 seconds to 2 seconds in order to reduce the instances of players finding their hardcore characters dead after a crash or disconnect. And as I start to wrap this video up, the only reason why that one makes me laugh is because that one hits home hard. Like, I've lost 2 hardcore characters in the past because of Delta issues. I come back, my character's gone. So them actually introducing this into the game may give me the incentive to finally try a new one. With all that being said, I'm going to start to wrap this up. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your amazing support of this channel, and remind you, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I will get back to you as quick as I can. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Damn it. The truces have turned the memorial into a base. An area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on this location. Stay alert. I don't know what you're walking into.